Hello and welcome back, everybody. Astro-Gravitational Report. You're probably feeling it, this calm down energies that comes in, and that is it because the sun is entering Virgo. Happy birthday to all the Virgos. They are in the next 30 days, we're going to have the sun transitioning to Virgo. That is a healing authority, but what authority within you? It's going to be a very good period. There we also talking about during the pretty much the end of that Virgo season, beginning of the Libra season. That kite that is between Uranus, Jupiter, and Pluto that is going to be evolved within this. There's going to be a lot of healing, but talking about personal healing when you actually basically owning your own mistakes and you healing yourself not to make those mistakes. So there's gonna be a very great season of the Virgo. By the way, today also this Mercury is gonna become officially retrograde. Pretty interesting things with the energies. The moon is gonna be at Scorpio, which is that's gonna be looking at within the shadow, but also looking at within the shadow later on through the day, there's going to be exposing the truth. What is it going to be? The truth from within you. So, talking about those energies, there is a lot of positiveness is going to begin to flow within. A lot of things is going to begin to happening. Some of the people will decide to take a, let's say, for example, physical exam or pay attention to the physicality, pay attention to what it's not fixed. Okay, it's my fault. I need to look at it. What can I get? What can I do? There's gonna be a lot of energy that the people's gonna posting everywhere. So pay attention to the messages. If you're following social media, you're gonna see all of a sudden that shift. Okay, you're going to see that shift. But what's going on and August 23rd, 23. So, looking at this in the morning, you're going to feel the shift. The sun is already going to be at 2 minutes. F Virgo, there's going to be these divine energies that's going to be kicking in there. It still has this squaring with Uranus in the midheaven at this time. Midheaven is going to be at 20 degrees of Taurus, which is primary concern is what's going on in the material world in the morning, but that's how the energy is. But the moon is about pretty much talking about like the 18 degrees of Scorpio. That is going to be that oppositions between Jupiter, midheaven, and Uranus. You're going to feel like your intuition is offset. Something is not right. Something is not correct. Something is not what it seems. And that's what the Scorpio is. Scorpio is that secret agents. Scorpio is this energy that seeks for the truth, the hidden truth. So talking about that energy is going to be changed during the day at 7 o'clock in the morning. The energy is going to be a little bit more friendly because midheaven it has a beautiful trines with Pluto and a beautiful trines with Mercury and Mars. Basically, you have to get friendly with communications and the actions that goes on in there, but you're not happy with the restrictions. What is the restrictions? Maybe old things doesn't work anymore. Maybe old bosses they don't comprehend anymore. Maybe things are not going well. Why? What is you don't accept something or the others doesn't accept something. So look at within that energy is going to help you to down the day to realize specifically things within your relationship with others. There's going to be that revaluations in there. Interesting that at 8 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be together with Mercury and Mars, and that positive energy towards the Uranus and Jupiter is going to be flowing within, flowing in there. Also, at this time, the Sun is going to begin to lose that energies of Neptune. It's only going to have the divine energies with the Pluto, but it's still going to be opposing Saturn, and it's still going to be squaring the Uranus. It's kind of like it's been a kind of like a rough times, rough energies. You probably have rough moments in there, but during at this time, you need to understand that you go through the rough time, through the storms, but the rainbow is gonna come out. But be patient for the rainbow. So 9 o'clock midheaven, it's gonna be at Cancer at 2 degrees. Be mindful what you're thinking about these energies of the family. But looking at within the energy, the rising energy is gonna be the focus with Mars and Mercury and Virgo. What do you have to work on it? What do you have to heal in there? What is that goes on? Is that something related to emotions? Is that something related into the shadow? Is that something related into Cancer? So we have some Saturn that is in Pisces, Neptune that is in Pisces. We have the Moon at Scorpio, so there is going to be a lot of emotional day. But looking in you, what controls your emotions? You are the one who controls the emotion. If it's something that needs to be healed, you're getting the authority, the permissions to go to heal from within you. All right, 10 o'clock, the energies are going to be a little bit better because the midheaven goes in Cancer. Positive energy. Some of you remember the positive energies that when the sun was there. With that, it's going to remind you that everything is going to be okay. So there is this beautiful trines between Neptune, the moon, and midheaven. And at the same time, it's beautiful energies with Jupiter that growth in there. Ascendant there is in Libra, it is the divine energies with Jupiter. So everything is going to come in nice, positive. You may be looking at for a contract, you may be looking at for things that's going to be coming into you. That is going to benefit the family. Okay, that's going to benefit this family, but also the family around you. So thinking out about this way, despite the situations that Venus has been having a hard time. It's been a kind of like a very hard time in there, specifically that the moon is right now at Scorpio. You know, Scorpio squaring Leo and Leo squaring Taurus. So everything goes on in those three zodiac signs. Thank God there is nothing in Aquarius yet. But we're talking about that there's going to be this still revaluations as the last year. If you haven't overcome personalities in there, personal love, or something to do with the personality within you about love, looking at in there. What do you have to mature? What do you have to revise? Maybe the love that you learn is not what you thought it is. And now the moon is going to be showing you this. It's like, hey, you took things wrong. Because sometimes you can read something, but you can take it a little bit different. You can hear something, but inside of you is trigger something else. What is that? And that's what this revaluations process is. All right, speaking of that, 12 o'clock is going to be exactly this energy, but more intensive. What are you going to tell to yourself? What are you going to be? And the intuition is going to be, which is the moon. Thank God that the moon right there at Scorpio is in a beautiful trine with Neptune, but also begin to sextile Mercury and Mars, and they are connecting to Uranus and Jupiter. Otherwise, the moon is fighting them. So basically, what is that telling it to you is your intuitions with actions and the proper communications. It's going to lead you to personal growth in material world, and together with certain changes it is going to make. And this power of innovations, creations into the material world is a beautiful, beautiful energy. So at 1 o'clock, midheaven is gonna be with the sun now. I mean, you're dealing with that Virgo's energies. You getting it. It's like, okay, it's time for me to do the work. It's time to stop doing this, but the universe is kind of like a grab that grip of that authority. Is like change, transform, do changes, do things. You can't be stuck in the same place. You can't be doing in the same situations. At the same time, the ascendant is exactly with the moon. Usually, this processes when the midheaven is in the sun and ascendant is at the intuition. That is at the time where the authority is like, hey, intuition, tell me what to do. Usually, that is at the time where the father and mother, it's like have this understanding of the needs from within. So look at it inside of you. What is a you do as a mother, as a father, situations inside of you. So at 2 o'clock, interesting energies. Midheaven is going to be together with Lilith, who is also in Virgo. So we are having the Sun, Lilith, Midheaven, Mercury, Mars at this time in Virgo, and they're all trining that beautiful moon, and they're sextiling that beautiful moon, but they're also trining Uranus and Jupiter at the same time. You're going to find the healing portions from within yourself. You see, you're healing the damage from the shadow, and that's how you become more powerful within you. It's a beauty energies if you taking it that from within yourself. The moon is moving at the 22 degrees of Scorpio, begins to getting into that 23 degrees. That is it begins the first quarter moon. That is it when the intuitions and authority begin to have conflict. What is that conflict gets there? That conflict is related to who? To Venus, something about love. So look again, okay? That energies are coming to solve issues. They're not to create issues. So don't create issues if they don't exist, but heal in there. Heal. So about 3 o'clock, the moon is going to be a part of this kite in Scorpio that it's creating by Pluto, by Uranus, by Jupiter. So basically right now those kites in there, they are interchanged, interconnected within there. The emotions is going to be in the right place. The situations is going to be in the right place. Accept it if you don't see what you do. You may feel like a fog or something because right now, what is the cloudiness? The cloudiness, it's coming from Neptune, who is retrograde in Pisces. You're in the deep water. You're in the deep situations. You're in the deep caca. And you look at it inside of it. What is it that it? What you don't see? How are you going to see? You need to change. You have to change the vision, the proper tools from within you. You have to look at the inner visions, not what you see with your eyes. And be more observant from within yourself. So about 5 and 6 o'clock, there's not going to be too much changes within the energy, except that at 5 o'clock, the moon is going to have this divine energies with the North Node, and Mars has divine energies with the North Node. That is right now this beautiful power of areas that comes in and is like, it's time to get the destiny. It's my destiny. It is my right. It is my situations. It's my right things. But don't take it. It's like, oh yeah, God is going to give it to me. I don't have to do anything. You never change, do you? You have to look those processes of changes. And right now, the changes, you can't change your destiny. One thing you can change, but not your destiny. You can decide to play within your destiny. If you want to choose it, it's your will. But you cannot change it. You can't. So 6 o'clock, that energy is gonna be interesting. Midheaven is together with the moon. It's these oppositions with Uranus and Jupiter, but the kite is powerful. What part are you gonna get? You're gonna get the opposition. You're gonna get that square with Venus and the Sun, and you're not gonna fly. You just go in and you create more issues, more problems that has ever exist. Typical is about the Scorpio that comes in and it's just like, it's gonna be my role. I'm dictating, and I'm gonna fight until I win. Really. But if you look at it within yourself, within put your emotions, if you have the proper actions, if you have the proper communications, if you change yourself, universe is going to be rewarding you, and you grow and mature in the material world, and there's going to be some material gains. So look at the inside of yourself exactly with that energies, because this is the moment of the secrets that you would working within you. That is at a time to tell you the truth within yourself. can't change somebody's authority. You can't change somebody the way they love you. You can't change what the universe does. You can't change if something is not growing, not meant to grow. But you can see to that truth. And to that truth is relieving you from the things that you need to do. And you heal within yourself. And you are ready to do the work within you, within your intuition. So 7 and 8 o'clock energies, they're going to be a little bit more relaxed in that way, because the midheaven is going to be going into Sag. This beautiful kites of the moon is going to be leading again. It doesn't matter how that it's going to be, but it's going to be working with relationships with others, especially about material things. If I'm you, don't bargain about material possessions, but trust and let go of the things that you need to do to work on yourself. If you have to get a job, go get a job. If you need to change a job, go change the job. If you need to go invest in something, go do it. But looking at what those portions is, right now it's a Mercury retrograde. Usually people don't do these contracts. They don't do these premature actions from within you. But you can get the messages how to do it and what to do. Because after Mercury retrograde is done, there's going to be a very interesting energies there. Because Mercury is going to come back to that 21 degrees in there. Pluto and Uranus, they're not going to be moved that much. And when the moon's going to come back into that particular Scorpio's energy, that kite is going to be open again. Are you going to take the flight? Because now you're about to learn what to do. Getting the downloads, guys. Getting the downloads. That's going to be the beauty. All right, so comes in at 9 o'clock. In a 10 o'clock energies, the 9 o'clock is going to be a little bit more intense. There's going to be some squares and energies. But 10 o'clock is beginning this positive energies within the divine. Ascendant is very close to the North Node. Double divine energies with Mars. And Mars is powerful, and it's going to be a powerful. There's going to be a point that all you're going to be relating in that Mars. Where Mars is heading. Mars is rushing to go into Libra, rushing to make these contracts, rushing to make this relationship, rushing to put himself together within the relationship with himself. Why? Why he's in a rush? Are you in a rush? No. So if you look at it from the divine perspective, in there, the masculine energy is progressing there to take the lead. Because this is going to be the one directions, because most of the planets, they're either going to be retrograde or they're going to be stationary. They're not moving. They're not moving. Currently, we have a Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde. We're preparing right now for Uranus retrograde. So Jupiter is beginning to slow down. You already gonna be feeling it in about 7 days from now. You're gonna feel it pretty well. So 11 o'clock again, that's energies. The beauty of midheaven together with Pluto is transformations that you did. 2 different kites in the sky. A lot of beautiful divine energies from Pluto, midheaven, towards the sun. You're understanding to take the divine authority to change. But you accepting the divine authority, or you can allow the divine authority to work within you. The intuition is in divine energies with the North Node, and the North Node is divine energies with Mars. Are you gonna take that steps to change? Are you gonna be doing this? Because if you did those changes, now at 11 o'clock, you're getting the downloads of what you should do next. And hopefully that report helps you guys. That was it. And thank you so much for watching it. Come back tomorrow for another Astro-Gravity Report. Thank you guys. Love you. You love.